Are you feeling frustrated, burnt out, and defeated from implementing multiple business strategies without success? What if I were to tell you that there is no specific strategy to lead your business and that instead your perfect strategy needs to come from within? Tune into this episode and learn what it really takes to build a business that works with you and not against you. Learn the importance of unfollowing others to clarify your needs, how to make strategy your best ally, the importance of integrating every single thing that you learn, and 7 steps to lead your business your way. Now, if you are ready to lead your business your way in 2021, I invite you to join me in my Leadership Accelerator. In this 8-week intimate experience, you'll learn how to market yourself in a way that feels aligned with who you be. You'll create a unique strategy to support you in successfully leading your business without burnout. You'll create crystal clear messaging that embodies your truth. You'll learn what it really takes to gain visibility in today's digital world so you can bring yourself, your work, and your message into the spotlight. And you'll experience a potent evolution in your business, your messaging, and your presence. There are only 5 seats total. Claim your seat today at rubyfremon.com/leadership accelerator. That link and all the other links will be in the show notes. Now, if you are waiting patiently for the book to come out, which is coming out this April, make sure you're on the book waitlist, rubyfremon.com/book waitlist. Now, if you dig this podcast, you want to connect with me outside of social media, you can head to rubyfremon.com/connect or rubyfremon.com/telegram. And of course, you can also join me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Ruby. Now, finally, whether you are a loyal thought leader, thank you so much, or a brand new listener, welcome. Please make sure you take a moment to download a few episodes and drop a rating and review on iTunes. Your downloads and your ratings and reviews all support the podcast to getting to the hands of more people around the world. Now, it is time to learn how to successfully lead your business your way. Hey, leaders, it is 2021, and some of you may have had a pretty tough year in 2020 for your business. Some of you may have experienced challenges in regards to the way in which you were running your business and old ways no longer working. Some of you may have been actually at the beginning stages of starting your business when all of a sudden the world completely changed. Wherever you're at, I think it's safe to say that we've all experienced a need for things to change, for things to shift, for things to evolve, both within ourselves and our world, as well as our business. And you'd think that by now, people would just fucking understand that cookie cutter strategies don't work. Look, strategies that work for me may not work for you, but they may work for someone else. What I'm saying is that there's not just this one way to successfully lead your business. There's not just one way to create success. There's not just one path to building a business. There's an infinite number of ways, of strategies, of paths for you to take to build a business. But what truly matters is that you're doing this your way and not their way. And yet the entrepreneurial space, the online digital entrepreneurial space, wants you to believe that there's just this one way. I mean, think about it. Think about how many times a day you are bombarded with ads, with promotions, with messaging, with content from people preaching that they have the end all be all way to create success, that they have the 7-step formula for you to achieve XYZ, that they have the perfect strategy for you to achieve what it is that you really want to achieve. But what's missing is that these people don't fucking know you. They don't. They know themselves and they've created these formulas and these strategies that work for them. And then they make it into this cookie cutter thing and preach that because it works for them, it's going to work for you. And that's really just not the case. For some people, yes, for some people, there are strategies that are going to work for them that have worked for other people. We'll always find that. However, if you want to land on a strategy that really works with you and for you, you need to uncover what that strategy is from within you. So again, this comes down to the inner work, just like I always preach. Nothing is possible without you diving into and creating a devotion to the inner work. Your inner work is going to help you create the external results that you really want in your life. And those external results that you think you want may not be the things you actually want because you have yet to dive deep into yourself and ask yourself the tough questions. So, I don't when I first started my business, now this is not my first business. I've shared this with you before. I've had multiple businesses. I fell into the trap of wanting to do things in a cookie cutter fashion because I saw that things were working for other people. And so logically thinking, I was like, well, if this works for them, then it's going to work for me. But what I quickly learned is that comparisonitis, which is what we all do it. Social media is built to fuel this. Comparisonitis leads us to believe that we don't know enough, we're not doing enough, or we're doing it wrong because we see how other people are doing it and we see their success or what they're showcasing as success. Just FYI, right? We're only showing what we want to show on social media. We're not showing the whole fucking picture. And we need to come back to a place where we remember that there's not one single way to run our businesses, to lead our businesses. And for me, that was a journey. I tried strategy after strategy. I tried implementing a lot of things. The first couple of years of my business, I was doing a lot, throwing spaghetti on the wall, seeing what works, what doesn't. But through that process, I also learned more about myself. I learned about the things that really just didn't feel good and the things that really just weren't aligned. I learned more about what I valued in life and how I can bring those values into my business. I learned that my business gets to work for me versus me working for my business. So there's not just this one single end all be all way to lead your business. What works for one person won't necessarily work for you. You have to understand what your energy type is, whether you follow human design. If you don't, I highly recommend that you do, because your human design is really like a portal to understanding how your energy works. But if you don't want to go that route, just understand your energy type. Meaning, are you someone who seems to have an endless amount of energy? And I mean, without nootropics and without caffeine and all that shit. Like, do you just have an endless source of energy? Or are you someone who actually needs to rest a lot, like me? Um, this is super important for you to understand. How do you prefer to work? Do you prefer to work long days, long hours? Do you prefer to work weekends, or do you prefer to work short days? Do you prefer to work at your desk? Do you prefer to work outdoors? Do you prefer to work in person, digital? How do you prefer to work? Do you value intimacy? We are seeing a lot, since I would say 2018, 19, we've been seeing this surge in this perceived need to scale our businesses, and that scaling means more people, serving more people. But if you're someone who values intimacy, then scaling your programs, your services, your offers aren't really going to work for you. Or do you really want to scale? And if you want to scale, understanding why you want to scale. And then at the end of the day, what would truly make you happy? What would truly bring you joy? What is it that you really want, and not what the other coaches are telling you want? What is it that you really want? See, A lot of people are really just pushing their strategies, which are, again, based on their desires and their needs. They're not really taking the time to understand your needs and your desires. Now, this is one of the things that I pride myself on being different, on how I pride myself on being different. I don't push cookie cutter strategies. I don't like them. I think they're shitty. I do have methodologies that work, but everything really has to do with uncovering who you are, because until you understand who you be and how you work and what you desire and what you value, there's no way in hell you're going to create a business that actually feels good. You're not going to be able to create a business that will bring you success and your definition of success, right? Because your definition of success is going to be different than mine. Um, so I have this client, Jamal, who's an incredible, incredible human being. And in just 1 year of working with me in the Thought Leader Collective, managed to launch his podcast with great success, launch his coaching business with clients. He transformed the way he showed up for his clients and for himself. I mean, so many things shifted for him in 1 year. And he continued to also lean back into the comfort of wanting a strategy. And what I mean by this is strategies feel comfortable. They provide us with a sense of safety, because if I have a strategy, a 1, 2, 3, 4 step process to achieve what I want to achieve, then that feels safe. I know what to expect. But what we've learned, and what you've probably learned through implementing a lot of these strategies, is they don't work. And, Jamal and I had a call just recently, and it was just to close off our container for the Thought Leader Collective. And he came in with the intention to get a strategy to fill his coaching for this year. And that was not what I wanted to give him. I'm not, first of all, I'm not here to give you a strategy, but second, the strategy needs to come from within. So I gently reminded him that over the past year, he gained so much knowledge, so much wisdom, so much information. He had created a strategy that seemingly fit him. There was so many tools that were thrown his way. But what was missing was he wasn't being who he needed to be in order to implement those strategies. See, strategies can become your best ally. They can become the framework for the success, for the business, for the leadership, for your presence. They can become the best ally for you to create success with your business, but only if you're being who you need to be to implement that strategy. And so after that call, he was very grateful for the reminder, understood that he has the strategies, he's running them. What's missing is he's not really being who he needs to be to implement that strategy, meaning he's still allowing his shadows to run the game versus leading by his best self and leading by this evolved person that he's become. He continued to fall back into his old patterns and old ways. And so with that reflection, he's now able to go forth and implement those strategies from his highest self, from this place of being an evolved leader, integrating, like fully integrating everything that he's learned. And that's the missing piece, I think, to a lot of aspects of personal development as well as business development, is the piece of integration, right? There's so much information in our world being thrown at us left, right, and center, like information overload. And we're consuming, we're consuming, we're consuming. But what are you doing with that information? Many people just act like sponges. And if you think of a sponge, you can put it under the water, put it under the tap, it fills with water, but you squeeze it and the water comes right out. So a lot of people are acting and showing up in these ways where they're just taking in the information, but then the information comes right out because they're not integrating it to convert it into knowledge. So you have to ask yourself right now, are you integrating every single thing that you've learned? Are you fully integrating all the information that has come your way that you've acquired and turn that into knowledge? Are you integrating everything you've learned about yourself into your life? Like, are you really integrating? And one thing about integration, and this is something that I'm continuing to learn, is that there's always, always more to integrate. There's always more of you to uncover and to discover. So, really, what I'm saying is that your business, you don't create a business and try and fit that business, right? You have to stop trying to fit into your business. You need to create a business that fits you, which means you need to understand who you be from the essence of your core, and then design a business that fits that. And so I want to share with you 7 steps to successfully lead your business your way. And again, like, this is just a methodology, a path for you to follow. It's not the end all be all, but what's different with this is that it focuses on the inner work versus the external work. So if you follow these 7 steps, you'll be able to go and implement those strategies that actually feel aligned for you. So the first step is stop comparing yourself to others. I know that's easier said than done, which is why you need to actually unfollow or mute people that you're following, or set boundaries with your social media time. Just take a break from social media if needed, but just do what you need to do to put an end to comparing yourself to others, which sometimes just means getting those other people out of your vision. Number 2 is identify your top 5 values, which are your non-negotiables. These are the things that are completely non-negotiable for you in your life. Okay. Like, these 5 things need to be in your life at all times, which means that these 5 things need to also be valued in your business. Your business needs to be aligned with these values. Number 3 is to identify how you want to feel in your business and ensure that your business supports you in feeling this way. If you want to feel expansive in your business, but you're working and hustling minute to minute, hour to hour, every day, then there's no way you're going to feel expansive. If you want to feel spacious in your business, but you're cramming calls, back to back calls every day, then you're not going to feel spacious. So understand how you want to feel in your business and ensure that your business supports you in feeling this way. Number 4 is to acknowledge your needs and ensure that your business supports these needs. This is an interesting thing. So often when I have calls with clients, they don't acknowledge their monetary needs. Like, we all need to make money. Can we just be fucking real about this shit? Like, we all need to make money. We need to keep a roof over our heads, right? We need to pay our bills, our staff. We need to make ends meet. So there is a need to make money. Let that be something that you own. And what are some of your other needs? I need to honor my health at all times. That's something for me. It's something that's super important for me, especially with my journey with my health. And so I ensure that my business supports my need to live a healthy lifestyle. So acknowledge your needs and ensure that your business supports your needs. Number 5 is to really understand how your energy works so you can work with it instead of against it. So for me, this was huge because for a long time, I thought that I had an endless stream of energy. But during those years where I thought I had an endless stream of energy, I was running my 100-person 3-day events. I was doing all the things and showing up in all the places all the fucking time. I was actually the least healthy I'd ever been. I was constantly burnt out, stressed out, with dealing with anxiety, gut issues, like, you name it, I was dealing with it. And so even I share that with you because even if you think you have an endless source of energy, you might be pushing it because you're so desperate to want to be that way. It wasn't until I really understood that, hey, I actually really do need a minimum of 7 hours sleep a night. Hey, I really do need to turn my laptop off by 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. at the latest every day. I really do need like 2.5 to 3 hours of self-care time every single morning in order to function at my highest, most resourceful, impactful, powerful source of energy. So understand how your energy works, your energy. Stop trying to mimic other people and how they show up, and work with your energy versus against it. Number 6 is to commit to doing things that are truly aligned and let go of the rest. Now, I intentionally didn't say commit to doing things that only feel like a fuck yes, because sometimes things that are truly aligned are very, very uncomfortable and can feel uncomfortable because they're pushing you to your edge and challenging you to work through a limiting belief or a shadow or something that you have yet to break through. So commit to doing things, to only doing things that are truly aligned with who you be, and just let go of the rest. I over the past couple of years or more than that, I've been running my business for like 5 years, 6 years now. Over these years, I have let go of so many programs. And it's not because they didn't necessarily work or I just give up too easily. It's because I didn't like how I was feeling when I was running it. They didn't feel aligned with my values. And so I gave myself permission to let that shit go. And the more you let things go, the more you create space for things that are truly aligned. I know you've heard this many times before, but we can all use another reminder. So when you commit to doing things that are only aligned and you let go of the rest, you actually start to create space for more aligned opportunities, programs, ideas, visions, etc. And then finally, the seventh step is to stay devoted to your path and honor your evolution. What I mean by that is it's easy to get wrapped up in what other people are doing. Again, comparisonitis is a thing. It's easy to want to follow someone else's path because you've seen it work for them. So it somehow feels safer than you just going out on your own and forging your own way. But your path is your path for a reason. And your business is going to evolve as you evolve. We're allowed to shift, we're allowed to evolve, we're allowed to adapt. And all of that starts with your internal evolution. So as you evolve as a human being, your business will also evolve with you, and it's meant to. Your purpose will evolve with you. Your messaging will evolve with you, and your clientele will probably evolve with you. And that's all a good thing. But this can only happen when you stay devoted to your path. So, those are the 7 steps to successfully leading your business your way. And I want you to really just take an audit of your business right now. I mean, it's January 2021. This is the perfect time to take an audit of your business and your leadership and how you're showing up, the programs and services that you have, the offers, the products, all the things. Like, really take an audit. See if they fit your values. See if they support your needs and how you want to feel. See if the way in which you're running your business or leading your business actually works with your energy or it works against it, and start to implement the shifts that need to be made in order for your business to fit you. So you're not constantly trying to fit your business, because let me tell you, that shit is exhausting. So that's it. And I also want to support you with this. So if you are ready, and I mean really ready, to accelerate your evolution and presence as a leader this year, I invite you to join me in my Leadership Accelerator today. In the Leadership Accelerator, we're going to work together for 8 weeks total. We're going to clarify your messaging. We're going to get you a strategy that is unique to you, that works with you, that supports your energy. We're going to support you in building your online presence in a way that honors integrity and aligns with who you are at the core of your being. So if this sounds like something you want to be a part of, I invite you to claim your seat today. Now, there are only 5 seats total. This is a very intimate container, and it starts in February. So head to rubyfremon.com/leadership accelerator and claim your seat. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Today's Thought Leader, where I'm challenging you to activate the leader within. As always, be sure to download a few episodes and drop a rating and review on iTunes, please. And thank you. All your downloads and all your ratings and reviews help get this podcast to the ears of more leaders around the world. If you have any questions or you just want to reach out via text message, please feel free to do so. Text me at 1781-336-0160. And just remember to mention the episode number, which is episode 209. You can also reach out to me there if you have any questions about the Leadership Accelerator, or you can reach out on social media. My handle is at I am Ruby. Make sure you check back on Monday for a brand new episode of Today's Thought Leader. Thank you so much, leaders, and I hope to see you in the Leadership Accelerator.